Hi, I'm Joey Iverson. I am here answering the trainer's transparency questions. I was about to record a little earlier and it started to rain, typical Seattle. So the first question is, what do I do if the learner gets it right? In the case of dogs I'm working with, it's usually going to be some type of really great treat or meat or something delicious to eat, or a game that the dog likes to play, access to a really great smell, or their favorite person, whatever it is that really they can feel joyful about. When I'm working with human learners, it might be something very different. I teach special needs tennis, and one of the young men that I work with regularly, he's not comfortable with much touch, but he loves Pokemon. So to reward him, he loves it when I can talk about Pokemon with him. I know the least about Pokemon. I had to Google it and figure out what he's talking about. I still don't get Pokemon, actually, but he's my learner and I need to find something that he really finds special. The second question is, what if the learner or the dog gets it wrong? There really isn't wrong in a response. It's a live creature that is giving their feedback to the situation. Sometimes their response is one that I could actually use. Sometimes I need to go back and take that information of the response they gave me and then reset up the learning environment so that the response that I'm looking for is the most likely thing to happen. And the third question is there a less invasive way that we can interact with our learners, whether animal or human? And in concert with all the coworkers and colleagues that I have, we're constantly looking at our methodology and thinking of ways that we can make it least invasive for the learner and the most enjoyable for the learner. In the tennis group, I was noticing this past week, the learner I was working with, we were going to try to do some rallying with the skills we've been working on. And he was able to hit it back across the net, but not really towards me. I happened to notice that his dad watching was really distressed about the fact that he wasn't actually hitting it back in my direction. He was doing this skill quite nicely, so I was really happy with the fact that he was actually returning it across the net. But I can do something different next week in communicating with his dad so that he can enjoy the experience more and not be distressed at one piece of what was happening when it wasn't really the most critical. So there's lots of ways that we can constantly be looking at our training sessions and environment to make sure that for everyone involved that they are the least invasive and the most conducive to long-term learning. Thanks. Have a marvelous day.